Welcome to Great Talking Entertainment. I'm your host, KJ, and this is the YouTube channel where I review movies and TV shows from all your favorite superheroes, including Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and much more. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talking Entertainment official channel. Now let's go, baby. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, everyone. My name is KJ, and today is my spoiler review video for the new series on Disney Plus, Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord, Episode 10 spoiler review. So if you have not seen this show yet, please pause this. And before you go, could you do one thing for me, guys? Could you hit the thumbs up button, aka the like button? That would help my YouTube channel out. Come back and let me know what you think about episode 10 of Star Wars Maul Shadow Lords. Episode 10 in the comments below. I want to hear. Did you love it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? And what's your Star Wars theories? Let me know in the comments below. So again, this is my spoiler review. Y'all been warned? Now, let's get into it. This episode continues on from the Darth Vader appearance, as they realizing how tough and powerful he is, and this man is just farming aura. And running away from Darth Vader is probably the smart choice, as Vero and Brandon and Riley Larson with Two Boots are on their way to meet up with Dridian Voss without the Empire involved, as they hoped they did, but that kind of failed in this episode. The next scene, we see Maul and Docky debate over how to handle Darth Vader. And what's interesting is because Maul goes with anger and revenge. She even tells Devin she needs to tap into that. But Docky is going the Jedi way, which is the opposite of that. But Maul is trying to tell him, like, yo, like, this guy, he understands the strategy and the tactics of the Jedi. It's like, it's going to be, you can't go that route. You got to be clever with him. And again, this does make it more for Devin to be more conflicted, but these two don't know Darth Vader is Anakin Skywalker. I believe. That's what I believe. I don't know if Maul knows that. I'm not sure. But I know that Devin and Docky don't know that. As Lord Vader attacks Docky and Maul, while Eleven and Marok are attacking Devin, while that's going on, Two Boots with Vero, Brandon, and Riley Larson have a shootout with stormtroopers. Again, like, didn't go out as planned as they hoped. And they come up with the plan to use Vero as a distraction. And for Detective Larson to take on the stormtroopers' giant cannon and take it. And as it worked much, it they got to the giant stormtrooper cannon as it is, and Mark, Maul, and Docky are struggling to face Darth Vader, because I remember one scene in this episode they're just talking about how to handle Darth Vader, and Darth Vader just comes through the wall. Like, yeah, these are just abandoned ruins or whatever, but it was like a horror movie. Like, he's big and scary. And with him and this two Inquisitors with him, I mean, the lightsaber battle scenes was phenomenal in this. Like, 3-on-2 was it, or, well, no, yeah, 3-on-2. No, I'm wrong. 3-on-3, I should say, was really good. I mean, the sequence was on point. And they did all their best abilities, like, and stuff. But at some point, they told Devin to run. And then at one point, Maul realized, I can't beat this guy. And he kind of, like, used the Force and pushed Docky into Vader. And Vader defeated Docky by taking his life away. And, of course, Maul used that as a coward way. But he also used it to make sure Devin see that, to get her to tap in with her rage and anger, and she really wanted to destroy Darth Vader. now because he stabbed Docky with his lightsaber, and that's the whole plan. So very very evil of Maul and cowardly at the same time, but that's him showing his desperation because Maul knew, and he's been knowing since the first two Inquisitors show up, that he couldn't stand a chance because those guys stand on business and they weren't messing around at all. So other than that, they did escape. Everybody got on the ship, and because of Brandon Lawson sacrificed himself to make sure his son is on that spaceship that Drudy and Voss had, and they were ready. And at the end, Devin tells Maul that, yeah, I'm ready to be trained, and that's how this season ends. So really good ending. Like, it was like that Avengers Endgame go all out battle mode. You know, it was all blastings and fighting and lightsaber slashing and dicing. Really perfect ending for this series because it makes sense. You didn't need to add so much and tease so much, but they teased a lot at the end without them actually saying anything, and that's pretty clever. That's very creative to do that, what they did, because now it's like Devin lost Docky, and now Riley lost his dad, right? And now remember, Riley's mom works for the Empire. So there's a chance of him going to the dark side too. But this is the point where now, like, it seems like they are going to do a season 2 of this series, which I hope. I hope too to see more where these characters go from here. But Devin has literally decided to join the dark side. And it's sad that Maul had to do that to Devin's Master Jedi, Devin, or Docky, to do that, but he is the evil person, so it makes sense, and I'm okay with that because it just makes it more interesting. And this character throughout comic books and novelty books, she's always been a Sith Lord, and she has an amazing story. This is kind of like Devin's origin story in a sense, and I know a lot of people who cosplay her a lot at Comic-Con conventions and stuff. So this is a popular character, and people really know her origin story, especially the us Star Wars fans. You know. And to see if they're gonna showcase that in a season 2, or just make her own show, which I'd be okay with that. But it'd be interesting to see where they go with that. And I really hope to see maybe Riley goes on the same path as his father did. Maybe becomes a cop or something. Who never knows? I don't know. But I would like to see that and where that goes. Maybe he becomes a Jedi. Who knows? But really good. I enjoyed this. What a great show. This is the reason why I like this show so much, because again, it's a simple story about Maul. It's a story about Maul getting revenge. It was showing what Maul was willing to do, and he showcased everything. He wanted Devin on his team. He got her. He said he was going to use her, make her his weapon to take down Dark Sidious. And that's what he did. Like, when it looked like he was failing and it showed his weakness, he's very good at improvising, but he's also good at making sure he's going to execute the plan that he makes. Like, he's playing chess, guys. And he's learned that from, the Empire, of course, just being a Sith Lord. But he's learned that. And he's got experience. And, yeah, the Darth Vader got him. And now he understands Darth Vader is the challenge. But the real question is, can Maul's training to Devin even live up to Darth Vader's level of intensity and battling skills? Like, That's the real question. I say no. Darth Vader's too strong for that. But I liked it. I really liked it. It really showcased who Maul is. And you know what? It feels like this show to me, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but it did feel like watching another season of Star Wars, the Clone Wars animation, which again, not a bad thing because it's kind of it ties in from that show, and then like the Bad Batch and others, of course, but it really did feel like that at times, which is not a big deal. I mean, it has the same animation in the sense of it, and I don't think it's a big deal for that. But that's why one thing I did like about it, because I grew up watching the Star Wars Clone Wars series as a kid growing up in the cartoon world, and seeing it again and seeing this now, just it feels like it looked like it. It was just more about Maul, and I don't think that's a bad thing. So this episode is a 10 out of 10, and season 1 is a 10 out of 10 of this series. Like I'm curious, could season 2 even live up to season 1 is the real question now. Like what could they tell now? And with Riley and Devin is going to be interesting because they're going to have to tie that all in if they choose to. But I'm excited to see this. This was such a fun show to watch too in general. I love the voice acting in this. The dialogue was on point. It made sense. It felt like Star Wars. It felt like a Jedi story / a Sith Lord story. It was just that's what it felt like throughout the whole episode, all 10 episodes, like back to back. And I also like how each character in this show, they show new layers to this character. You see different sides of these characters. You know, even like the ones they showed a few times, but they also made, when they do show up, they made them feel more important. Like you didn't see everybody do something, but you seen enough. You know, and they all played their part so well in that. But to see Maul and seeing different sides of Maul showing like somewhat of a softer side, reminding us that Maul was once a kind person, and he was just tricked, right? And his whole life has been a lie. And to see that, and to see him overcome that in these challenges, because he cannot be weak, especially with like Darth Vader showing up in episode 9 and 10, this episode. You gotta be on your A game. You can't. Your mentality's gotta be up there, and he knew it. And what's also interesting too, in a way, you could agree with Maul in certain aspects, but not agree with him at all. But the one thing I always pointed out is in this episode, he mentions like you gotta be more clever than him. You gotta use things that outside of the Jedi way, right, to defeat him. But Maul has tried that, and Vader still got him. So it also shows him where he really stands at too at times. So you get a real clear understanding, like what level Maul is at and what level Darth Vader is at too. I really like how they showcase that too. So they're not equals. As much as Maul believes that they're not equals to that. So really good season. I enjoyed it. I hope they do come out with the season 2. I haven't seen any reports, but I hope they do. But that is my spoiler review, y'all. Thank you so much, guys. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Great Talking Entertainment official channel. Subscribe. Hit that notification button so you can always be updated with all my latest content. Thank you, guys, and peace.